Alright, let's talk about how to make this cake now. So first we'll go over the specificity of the cake, then we'll go over the ingredients, and so finally the last part, the tips and tricks for you to make this recipe successful. Of course, the main feature of this recipe is about the fact that there's no baking involved, there's no oven involved, but there is a resting time. Everything in this recipe is about timing. Alright, let's talk about the ingredients. For the chocolate, the white chocolate and the milk chocolate, any chocolate is good. It's just to your taste. When it comes to dark chocolate, I would not go beyond 70%. I would pick a chocolate between 55 and 70%. Otherwise, if you go above 70%, the cream is gonna be too rich. For the cream, for the whipped cream, choose a cream that is at least 30% of fat. Don't go below 30%. Between 30% and 35% is a good spot. For the crust, I chose crème dentelle, but of course this is my favorite choice. But you can pick anything you like. And don't forget to add the chocolate into your crust, because that is the binding ingredients. This is the thing that will hold everything, or hold the crust all together. And of course, as usual, don't forget that little pinch of salt that will go a long way. And now finally, let's go over the tips and the tricks. So as I mentioned earlier, the main difficulty of this recipe is to get the right consistency for the 3 creams. When you whip the cream, you want to make sure that you don't over whisk it. Stop as soon as you get soft peak. You don't want to go until stiff peak. When you incorporate the whipped cream into the chocolate mixture, you want to make sure that it has cooled down enough. If it's too hot, everything will melt together and you will lose the air that you have incorporated into your whipped cream. So you want to wait that the temperature of your chocolate mixture has come down to about lukewarm-ish kind of a temperature. Now, as for the consistency of the cream, if the cream is too thick, you will get like an asymmetric shape, ugly shape, and you don't want that. If the consistency is too thin, when you pour the cream, instead of sitting on top of each other, the cream will sink at the bottom. So you will end up having a unicolor cheesecake, not this zebra effect. Now you might wonder, okay, how do I make sure I get the right consistency? Of course, the very first thing, you have to be very precise when you measure the ingredients. If it's too thin, you just have to wait a little bit that the cream thickens a little bit. If the cream has become too thick, that's a little more tricky. Put the cream into the microwave at a low power and heat it for about 10 seconds and check every 10 seconds to see if you have the right consistency. Then, once you pass that consistency test, you're at 99% done. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you liked the video because it took me forever to shoot it. it took me forever to make this recipe because I failed actually 4 times before making it. Leave me any comment in the section below if you have any questions, if you have if you want to try to make it. Please go ahead. I'm very curious if you get the same result. And also one more thing, I'm very curious to know if you prefer a no-bake cheesecake over a baked cheesecake. Let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, have a good cake. Don't eat too much. Be healthy. Be happy. And I'll see you. It should be perfect for you. If you have very sweet teeth, if you have a sweet teeth, if you're a sweet tooth, if you have sweet teeth, sweet tooth, how to say that in English? Alright, well, you see what I mean.